Hi everybody, it's Alfie Johnson here, and in this video I'd love to share with you a really interesting subject about the mindset. Hopefully you'll gain some great value from this and you'll be able to identify and sort of relate to what sort of mindset you're in now. If you don't know me already, I used to be in the military. I served 9 years and I left in 2016, and I followed my resettlement career path and I struggled very bad in Civvy Street. I then decided to change my resettlement path, and I created and I now run a very successful electrical company, and on the way I help and I now mentor and coach ex-military guys and girls in how so they can create their passion into a business using my proven steps that actually work for any business. And one of these steps is the mindset. If anything, this is probably the most beneficial and to be fair, the success of my business, and it's step one. It is the mindset. If you can't get your mindset foundation correct, then you can't really move on to the next steps. So I've created a really cool video, and it sort of outlines 2 different kinds of mindsets where I've used like my coaches and my mentors. This is what I've sort of gained from them. And then one person who I can really relate to, I can use my military mindset and relate to this, so hopefully you can too, is a Dr. Carol Dweck. So she's super cool. Found some really useful information, and this is what I apply to my business. So hopefully you get some great value from it. Hi everyone, it's Alfie Johnson, and in this lesson today I'm going to teach you about the 2 different kinds of mindsets. You've got a fixed mindset and a growth mindset, and I want to show you sort of how I adapted these to my business and how I use my growth mindset now to sort of succeed and sort of just grow and push myself. So hopefully you'll get a great amount of value from this and you'll be able to relate to this. So we get straight into it. So we've got a fixed mindset. So a fixed mindset is the intelligence is sort of static. So it leads to the desire to look smart. And what I mean by this sort of happened at an early age. Remember when you was in primary school, when you was going to secondary school, and a lot of you would have had to take an exams. So like, I think mine was like 11 plus or SATs, or it was one of them. And depending on that mark you got, will then depend on the sort of school you go to, either a grammar school or a non-grammar school. But this is a very static way of thinking. It's more like, okay, you need to get this grade for us to tell you that you are intelligent enough to go to a grammar school, which is really bad because you're sort of embedding that into children, and they're sort of growing up with that mentality, that fixed mindset. So then when they go to lessons and they do homework and stuff like that, they're in this fixed mindset, so they are only learning to get that grade. Does that make sense? When they should be really learning, they should be learning to help improve themselves and their knowledge. So who's for them to say that, okay, you got that grade, you are now intelligent? Like, no one is. Like, what they need to be telling them, like teaching them, is, okay, this is what you're learning, and the reason you learn this is to improve yourself, and you can use it to your day-to-day life and business. Okay, obviously at an early age it's different, but as they're growing up, as long as they put that sort of mindset into them. So it's static. So you might have seen it in companies at the moment or in the military. All they want to do is be the golden boy. They want that, literally, that thumbs up all the time, that medal saying, yeah, you've done a great job, and that's what they strive to get. So just for recognition of their intelligence. And then you've got the growth mindset. Okay, so intelligence can be developed, and it leads to the desire to learn. So you're doing it for yourself. You've got a growth mindset. You're trying to learn things to help improve yourself, and it always leads to there's always something. You can never sort of be a real master at something, because there's always new things that you're going to be learning, and you know that and you understand that, but you're just constantly growing your mind and intelligence. So I'm going to go through the fixed and growth mindset and sort of how I applied these to my business and how it works and how it's actually created and made my business successful by having that correct mindset. So challenges. So with a fixed mindset, because they are the best, if you've got a fixed mindset, you avoid challenges, because challenges could, in a way, like doubt your success. As in, if you fail that challenge, you would look at that as a failure, and then you think, well, I'm not the best anymore. So you avoid it. When, as in a growth mindset, if there's a challenge in a growth mindset, you embrace it. You look at that challenge, you think, yeah, okay, let's go for it. Let's try and succeed at it. If I don't succeed, then whatever I didn't succeed from it, I can learn from those mistakes, and I can succeed the next time. So you embrace it, and also if it challenges, it's in the title. It's a challenge. You need to challenge your mind, and if you're challenging your mind, then you're learning. So it's in the overall outcome, it's going to be great. So as a business, my main challenge when I first started was trying to set up and run a business. I didn't have a clue. The research didn't teach me anything, so that was a massive challenge for me. But I used it as a challenge, and I sort of embraced it. And at the start, if you don't know already, like I failed miserably setting up my own company because I didn't know anything about it, and I was using the internet as a sort of go-to guide. But I then invested into a coach and a mentor who then taught me about how to set and run a business, and it worked massively. But on the way, I was constantly challenging myself because I was learning new things. So that's how I dealt with a growth mindset with the challenging. And then there's obstacles. Okay, again, with a fixed mindset, you get very defensive and you tend to give up easy. You might have seen this in the workplace, or you might have seen this in the military. The guys, they try something, they're doing the weapon drills, and all of a sudden they can't get it, and they have a tantrum. Yeah, the toys come out of the pram, and they're just like, if I can't do it the first time, I'm not interested. Yeah, they have a very fixed mindset. When in a growth mindset, you're persistent. Yeah, you're going through your weapon drills, okay, I'm not getting that right. So you're going back to your room, you're getting your lads all around you, you're sitting there, you're going through all your weapon drills. And eventually it starts coming into your muscle memory. Yeah, and you've seen that obstacle and you're persistent and you want to get it. And also, if there's any setbacks from there, you go, hey, there's a setback, I've seen the obstacle, okay, let's sort of take a step back and let's try another route. But I still want to get to the same destination. But there might be another obstacle there. But I'm going to try that. If I get through that obstacle, then perfect. So then I'm using my mind and my sort of growth mindset, and I'm finding different routes and different challenges, and I'm going to embrace them, and hopefully get to and I will, with that persistence, I will get to that desired point. So then effort. Okay, so fixed mindset. Because they think they're intelligent and they're a master at their skill already, they think effort is fruitless. Yeah, they don't need to because they think they've already mastered everything. And also they just, there's no effort. If they don't give effort, then you're never going to sort of push yourself. You're never going to succeed. When a growth mindset, we look at sort of effort as a path to mastering something. So the more effort you put in, anything that you do, the more effort that you put in, you will grow at that, and you will become very successful at that. Like, it might be a different pace to others, but that's just all the learning curve. But you need to put effort into anything you do. So if you've got that passion that you love to do and you want to create it to a business, like, you've got to put the effort in to reap the benefits. That's a fact. Like, effort is key. With my business, I was very persistent, and I strived to create my passion into a business, and it did take a lot of time, and it did take a lot of effort, and obviously I was getting a lot of setbacks from that. So criticism, yeah, not a lot of people like criticism. Some people would love it. When I first was in the military, I hated criticism. I looked at criticism as very negative, but that was at the time my fixed mindset. I looked at it as people were digging me out. But to be fair, I did actually choose to ignore it. I thought, oh no, I know better. I'll just keep on doing what I'm doing. And that was a very wrong thing to do. But I soon realised, as soon as I got into Civvy Street, that criticism is just positive feedback. And I use this into my day-to-day business. A prime example of this, I did an office fit out. I put a massive construction phase together, as in, like, it was like part of 3 stages, like first fix, second fix, and then testing and authorising it and just signing it all off. Through the second phase, through my plan that I had in place, we actually slipped a bit of timings. It was absolutely fine. Like, we got there in the end, but there was some kind of error that happened in phase 2. So at the end of the project, I got everyone in. I got my labourers, my supervisors, and we had a chat around. And said, "Oh yeah, phase 1 was really good. We did everything we needed to do. Was there anything that could have made your life easier?" Everything was fine. We got into phase 2, and I said, "Okay, the time sort of slipped a bit. I'm gonna go around the room and just sort of like identify like what the reason for this was, and sort of how we could have done to improve next time." So I spoke to everyone, I got all that information, and what it came down to was someone didn't have a specific tool to do a task, which then took much longer. But the main issue was he didn't actually pass it up the chain. So he didn't let his supervisor know, who let me know who I could have supplied the tools. So communication was an error. But it was fine, we've highlighted that. Everyone's sort of singing on the same song sheet, and it hasn't really happened since. But I still do these debriefs and give feedback, and I take feedback on how I've run the project. And that's what it should be, because you learn from that and you grow. Okay, and then success of others. I saw this, it is ruthless in Civvy Street for this, and also in the military. If you feel that someone is succeeding in something, sometimes you feel threatened. And when you feel threatened, you badmouth them, like as in you put them down, or you're just not interested and you want to sort of get away from them because you know that they've got a lot of potential. With military guys, we've got a lot of effort and we've got a lot of potential. So civilians see that as a threat. In a growth mindset though, you see success of others, especially me now, when I look at other businesses that are succeeding, I look at them and I think, wow, you're doing something right. I want to know what you're doing right. I want to learn from you. And it's sort of an inspiration to sort of and see how I can use their techniques and adapt them to my business. And that's why I invested in a mentor and a coach, because they had proven results in what they was doing. And so I wanted to learn from them. And that's what I did. So I got a coach and a mentor and I learned from them, and now I adapt. Now, to be fair, I use some of their techniques, but I use my own military way of doing things and turn it even better. Yeah. So hopefully you've sort of got an idea of a fixed and a growth mindset. We all want to be in a growth mindset, but if you can relate to this in any way and you're in that sort of fixed mindset now, don't worry, it's not a bad thing. Like, it's just how you've been brought up and how things have been, how you've sort of seen things in a fixed mindset way. But you can 100% change. I had fixed mindset assets, mindset mentality in some aspects, and then I've now got in a growth mindset. But if you feel that you're in a growth mindset, like, please don't think, okay, I've done it now, I'm in a growth mindset. No, you need to keep on challenging yourself, keep on adapting, and keep on going down that route to improve yourself. The main reason for a fixed and growth mindset and being able to identify what mindset you want to be in is the down to it, the foundation is the ability to adapt, is the ability for your learning. If you want to learn and you want to grow, then you need that growth mindset, because it's got those key skills in it that will help you do that. Hi everybody, it's me again, and hopefully you really enjoyed that video. And if you did and you got some great value from it, then press the like button and comment and tell me exactly what you did learn. If you do want to see more videos like this and how I use and adapt them to my business today, then subscribe to the YouTube channel and also like my Facebook page. I'll put those details below. And if you are in Civvy Street right now and you're sort of struggling and you want to sort of turn a passion into a business, then please message me on my Facebook page and I'll get back to you. I'll put on free web classes just telling you my step-by-step blueprint, and it will definitely be useful for you. And hopefully we'll send you down that right path and set you that correct foundation. So thanks again for watching. Please subscribe and like, and I will see you very shortly.